So before the YU Torah Mitzion Kollel, it was the Kollel Torah Mitzion. We usually brought around 6 single Israelis, 2 married couples, and a Rosh Kollel from Israel.
The Kollel was very, very successful. It did what we wanted it to do. However, we realized that we need a long-term relationship between the Roshei Kollel and Avrechim with our community.
And so at that point, we reached out to Yeshiva University. And we talked with them about the idea of creating a Yeshiva University Kollel in Chicago that would combine the best of Torah Mitzion as well. Have modern Orthodoxy and religious Zionism in one place. After nearly a year in conversation, I went with Mr. Rothner to New York to interview potential candidates as Rosh Kollel. The third one we met was this young fellow named Reuven Brand. And it was within a few minutes that we knew that Rabbi Brand was the man for the job.
It was great for us to begin with the context and the background of the Kollel Torah Mitzion that preceded us, because they really laid the groundwork for people to rally around the concept of a Kollel.
Kollel existed as the Torah Mitzion Kollel, but the YU Torah Mitzion Kollel just exploded when Rabbi Brand appeared on the scene. He took the Kollel to a whole different level.
The Kollel facilitates the ability of the schools to teach and the shuls to serve God. The Kollel potentiates the effect that the other institutions have in our community.
It's interesting to reflect to where it was those years ago. And if you look at it over the course of the years, it just continues to grow. Programs for little kids, teen programs and young adult programs, and programs for community members and seniors, but it's the same why, to enlighten the world that we're living in.
There's one type of community which has a kollel, and the other ones don't. And to have a YU Torah Mitzion kollel was something completely novel to me. The kollel is bringing Torah to the people. If it's in your shul, if it's in your home, if it's in your school, your house is our house.
Really connected with our kids on all different levels.
I really like being inspired. I think it's a really good way to connect with people.
The mornings on which the Beit Midrash on Wheels rolls into Hillel Torah, the 8th graders are always very excited.
At Ida Crown, you'll have breakfast with Rabbi Brand on Thursday mornings. You'll have first period Chavruta with various shiurim.
These programs are interesting. The Chavrei Kollel really knows how to connect with our students.
Those types of formal and informal educational interactions that the Kollel has had over the years with Ari Crown has left a very big impact.
You know it's a great thing when your 8-year-old is reminding you at 5:30 every Wednesday, I can't be late for Parsha and pizza. I have to get a good seat.
MCJL and Neely are 2 core components of what the Kollel is about.
Midwest Center for Jewish Learning is entirely centered and formed around learning. Learning in people's homes in small groups with their own friends, learning in JCCs with pair-based learning, bonding together from the entire spectrum of Chicagoland's diverse Jewish community.
The Kollel offers so many wonderful opportunities. And I think something that Neely adds to the mix is the unique opportunity to address women's needs specifically.
They have the Women's Health Forum, they have weekly shiurim, they have a seasonal shiurim.
I love the fantastic topics, the fantastic speakers, and also that camaraderie that comes from learning Torah together.
There have always been opportunities for learning for women in Chicago, but they were a little harder to find or not as readily available. Neely has really provided a home in Chicago for women's learning.
If you are an adult and you are looking for a place to learn, we've got it for you.
Kollel Fellows lead the Devonshire Minyan on Shabbos afternoon.
Rabbi Brand approached me about a kollel set up for physicians.
I learn with my son at Kins every Sunday night, and sometimes it's hard to find a seat.
I particularly enjoy Rabbi Brand's Sunday morning shiur.
The energy that is suffused throughout all the programs comes from the learning that takes place in the Beis Medrash every single day.
When you walk into the Beit Midrash here, the intensity, the devotion, it's energizing. It's just really amazing.
We have such talented fellows who are providing incredible educational opportunities. No one could have ever dreamed that the Kollel would be where it is today.
Some of the goals of the Kollel are really to make Torah accessible to everybody, to make sure that Torah became the centerpiece of the community. That's what the success of the Kollel is built on.
Prior to the Kollel's inception, I don't think there was a rabbi from the day schools who lived in the Skokie area. It's transformed, the learning opportunities are available. The Kollel's transformed Chicago.
I look at some of my charitable endeavors as an investment, and the YU Kollel has been the best charitable investment that I've ever made.
Whether it's the children each Thursday night, the Mishnah to the Max, the Gemara Learning Program for women, whether it's the monthly medical halacha series, the Shinantam Lefanecha program, the Kollel is engaging everyone in every shul and bringing them back and making them thirst for more.
The classes are amazing. You feel connected, you feel inspired, and that's just an example of what the Kollel does for us and really for our family.
Thinking about how the Kollel has transformed our community in 10 years is a great opportunity for us as a community to think about together and to celebrate.
When the Kollel came to town, they began to offer something very, very special to our community as a Makom Torah. That's the place to strengthen our community.
Kihem chayenu ve'orech yameinu. Our beautiful community should continue to recognize the unbelievable bracha that we have in the YU Torah Mitzion Kollel. It is our lifeblood.